Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Pisces Weekly Tarot Bite reading for the week of August 14th through the 20th. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for Soul Illumination. So hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lauren. We are going to be taking a quick look at the energy for the week ahead for the sign of Pisces in this reading. All right. Now we're basing the reading off of the two themes that came up in the general collective reading, which was posted on Sunday if you'd like to view that. But the two themes that came up were never-ending story and the 10 of Pentacles. So this week we are all being asked to put a version of ourself, a book in our life series of books, where we told ourselves that we were not capable of doing something, bringing something in towards us, or achieving something based out of fear and pain from past failures, past heartache, past you fill in the blank, whatever that experience was, where you told yourself that you were not capable of doing something. Now, this could look like saying, I will never be the person who is physically fit and healthy because I've always been the person who struggled with my weight and has never been able to viably keep up a healthy routine in my life. And it's time to say, you can change that story. Or you can change the story where you tell yourself you're not a person who's capable of owning your own business, or you're the person who's not capable of bringing in a loving, supportive, romantic partnership. Whatever that is, it's time to close that book, put it up on the shelf, and start to write the next book. The next book where you are a more empowered version of yourself, and where now the change in yourself is going to reflect a change in your overall vision for your future success, which is the 10 of Pentacles. Now, as I was just shuffling your cards initially, I'm going to put this back in the deck, but the 2 of Pentacles came out. So there's a sense here that for many of you, I think you're really this week focused on really looking at the tasks that you're doing day to day. There's a sense with the 2 of Pentacles that you're juggling a lot. It could also be where you're being asked to prioritize in a new way, maybe choose one thing over another. We'll see what wants to come out, but there is a sense here that this week could feel a little busy and feel a little bit like I don't have enough time maybe to do everything that I want to do. But we're going to dive a little deeper into these two themes for you, Pisces. So we're going to see what is the never-ending story that you are putting to rest, Pisces. The book that gets to finally be put up on that shelf. Ooh, we have the High Priestess. Now this is your energy, Pisces, coming through right here, which is beautiful. So there's a sense of maybe in the past you did not trust your intuition. Maybe you did not get into that place of so we have both the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. It's the energy of kind of being very single-minded and focused, having that long-term vision, but understanding that in the moment, you might not be close to that long-term vision. You might have that initial seed that you need to have the time and the energy and the patience to nurture, knowing that that 10 of Pentacles coming from this one seed could take years. It could take a lifetime even. I'm going to share something with you just because I feel intuitively called to do this, Pisces. Now, I live in a small town, Culpeper, Virginia. I moved here just a couple years ago with my family, and I absolutely love it. It has this beautiful small town feel. To me, it feels very much like living in a Hallmark movie. We're surrounded by beautiful farmland and countryside. Our little downtown is historic and beautifully maintained. But I understand that in the late 70s, moving into the 80s, the town had fallen into ruin. So it had been a beautiful town leading up and into the 40s. And as the 50s hit, the town kind of, people moved away, and the rail station that was here, even though it was still being utilized, it wasn't enough of a draw like it used to be. And the farming community didn't have the foothold that it has now. And so there was this sense of the town kind of dried up. I just saw recently on the town's website, they had this beautiful post about how in 1987, the town got this grant to really start to redo the downtown area and also just kind of bring Culpeper to life in general. And all the people and the amount of money and the donation hours and, the people who wanted to come and be of service, and just they had the before and after pictures. So pictures around 1987 of what the town looked like versus what it is today. And it was astounding. Now, when you think about that, that was almost, 40 years ago at this point, 35 or something around that, where that was a long-term vision that somebody had, that maybe at that moment they said, I can't do that. I'm just one person. Like, who am I to apply for this grant and think that if I get it, I can change my hometown to one day be this beautiful place that people like me will want to come and reside in. There's a sense here, Pisces, of getting to that place of maybe that question of who am I to do this is finally coming to call for you. There might be a sense for many of you where you're hearing a call to a new passion, where you're hearing the call to kind of your soul's purpose almost. And there's a sense of maybe in the past books in your life series, you told yourself, but who am I to do that? I'm just one person. Who am I to have that successful, thriving social media account? Who am I to have that business that will change other people's lives? Who am I to have that family life that I see other people have? Who am I to have fill in the blank? And yet here you are, you feeling the call, the high priestess, you're feeling the call to what you want to nurture. But that can be scary, right? When you start a new chapter or start a new book in your series. And this is one where you say, who am I? Well, I'm amazing. What do you mean, who am I to say? Then if it's not me, then who? There's a sense of coming, that kind of clarity of a connection to yourself in a much more empowered way, of realizing there is a call towards something that might actually have, with the Ten of Pentacles, this incredible long-term view that might be bigger than you have ever kind of given to yourself as a long-term goal. This would be like maybe you were always very focused on the present, or you told yourself, maybe I'm going to start something, and because it doesn't immediately become successful, I just kind of drop it, or I switch paths. And this is a time, I think, where you get really focused, Pisces, on what it is, on that long-term vision, and understand it's going to take time, but your intuition, that high priestess, is telling you this is it. If not you, then who? So keep that in mind. Whatever comes up for you this week, if you're thinking, like if something kind of comes into your mind, or there's that dream that comes in again, where in the last book of your life, you told yourself, like that dream creeps back in, and you're like, I can't do that. I'm just one person, or I can't have the love of my life with the family and the house and everything. And no, that's never going to happen. I'm too old for that. I mean, where would I even start? And this is saying, but you hear the call, Pisces. You hear the call. It's time to heed the call and understand that if that one person in my hometown 40 years ago hadn't said, you know what, if not me, then who? Then I wouldn't be here today. Somebody down the line might have done the same thing, maybe years later, but it wouldn't be where we are today. Someone had to make that call. Someone had to be that who. And give yourself that jolt of confidence in this next book in your series, in your life series, that you are that person. You are exactly that person here and now that is in the right place at the right time. And you're hearing the call, and you are the who. If not you, then who? Okay, let's see about this Ten of Pentacles. Let's see if those cards went. I did see the Fool and the Magician. Okay, so we have the Prince of Pentacles coming out. I love this coming out here. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles coming out on top of the Ten of Pentacles says, get the plan in place. And to understand, it's a slow go. The Knight of Pentacles is very methodical. He does one thing at a time. He sees the bigger picture, but he's more focused on the day to day. Like, what can I do today to just get an inch closer to that? This would be like my example with my town. That person in 1987 who said, I'm just going to apply for that grant. And so today I'm going to sit down and I'm going to fill out the paperwork. And then tomorrow I'm going to submit the paperwork. And then a week from now, I'm going to check back in on the paperwork. But it's like, that's all. It's like focused on the small things instead of focusing on the enormity of what you would like to achieve eventually. Is focusing just on those first initial steps. What are those first initial steps? If you want to start a business for yourself, well, then maybe today you research how to apply for a business loan, or you research how to maybe just apply for a business license, and that's it. Or you just think about the name you want for your business. It's literally just a step-by-step process, understanding that all we have is time. That's way too many cards. I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to see if I can get just one card, not since this is a general reading. Okay, so we have the Prince of Swords. So this is also the Knight of Swords. You have two knights here, which is great. Knight of Swords coming out here is also very good, because the Knight of Swords is someone who speaks about the plan, who is saying, go out there and talk about what you want to build. Go out there and share with others what your plan is, what you're working on, what's the next step. This could actually be where in just sharing with others, saying, this is what I would love to grow. This is what I would love to create. This is my ultimate end vision. Somebody else might come along and say, oh, well, I've done that before, or I know somebody who's done that. Let's talk about what that next step is. Or you could even meet somebody who says, oh my gosh, I have that same plan, or I have that same vision too. How about we get together and do the plan together? There's a sense of where we're really being asked to kind of, I think, look at how much we can together do things with others. There's a level of connection I think we're all being called into. But there's also a level of connection from a place of personal empowerment, that we are connecting with others, but also understanding the importance of maintaining the I in those connections, of what you uniquely bring and what they uniquely bring, and having a higher level of frequency coming from that, instead of one person kind of letting another person override their uniqueness. So this is a really important kind of catalytic time period for all of us in how we engage with our relationships, and how much emphasis we put on our own singular importance as well. And I speak a lot to singular importance. I actually have a video up on my channel where I really speak to why it's important to understand your own importance, and also to respect that same importance in others. There's a true connectivity to our entire life experience as a human. So let's go ahead here, Pisces, and get a final card for you. So you have 3 cards that came out. I love this. We have first one, Horse Spirit, Freedom is Yours. Love this card with Master number 33, which is the spiritual teacher. This is someone who has mastered spiritual lessons. So for some of you, there could be a sense that there is freedom, again, around your vision, whatever this high priestess knowledge is, that is the spiritual teacher coming through within saying, this way, if not you, then who? And then we have Hummingbird Spirit, Be Here Now, number 34, breaking down to the number 7. The number 7 is the number that harnesses the energy of spirit, spiritual awareness. It's also the confidence in ourselves when we know we are co-creating with spirit. But be here now. There's something about understanding that in this moment, with the 2 of Pentacles coming up as your initial card, where it was like, okay, you're doing all this crazy stuff. Well, the Queen of Pentacles is going to prioritize one of those pentacles. She's not going to juggle 2. She's going to say, I'm going to put the one down because this one is actually what is directly tied. It means more to me. That's why I can put the time and the energy towards this with patience, because I know that other one is not for me. This is the one for me. And then we have Moth Spirit, Surrender Now, number 39, breaking down to one of my favorite numbers, which is the number 12. This is the God number for me. There's a wholeness that comes through there. Further breaking down to the number 3, which is the energy of creativity, of communication, and greeting life with the innocence of a child. Surrender now. It's like almost, in a way, this reading is very potent, Pisces, much more so than some of the other readings I've done. There's a sense here of surrendering to your calling. So for many of you this week, you could literally be hearing that call and finally getting to that place of, I'm going to write the next book about me achieving, starting the path to this long-term success. I will leave it there. Hope you all have a wonderfully empowered week ahead, Pisces. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. The full tarot scope for the month of August is up on my channel for each sign if you'd like to view yours and go a little deeper into the energy for the month ahead. As well as if you would like to be notified when I post these weekly readings or when I post the monthly readings, you can subscribe to the channel, click on the notification icon, and hopefully you'll be notified when those are posted. And for those of you who do subscribe, I so greatly appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Have a wonderful week, Pisces. Bye-bye.